guys, well done on that final. Let's have a look at it side by side. Taylor, you're on the left, Oliver on the right. So talk me through the first lap, the first corner here, Taylor, because it looks like you use less of the curb. And you kind of, that's been a trend. You sort of charge through the first bit and get it stopped for the right. Is that a conscious decision?
I mean, when I'm going through the data, Ollie was always much better than me on the brakes in turn one. So for the final, I know I had to try and squeeze everything out of it. So I pushed a bit harder on the brakes a bit later, and I got a bit of a snap, which is why I missed the curb. But actually, I don't think it ended too bad.
Well, he's ahead of you slightly. You can see Ollie just on the right. So, Ollie, that was a pretty good run for you.
Yeah, I knew this guy was super quick in the quarter and the semi-final, so I had to risk a lot. And I stopped well in turn one, being able to get the curb.
Now, Ollie, you've consistently used a tighter, shallower entry, and then you get the nose really hooked up there. I think I'll just go back to show people, look how much further in you are. And that really works for you, doesn't it?
I'm trying to kind of get inside the grip. I think the mistake I made on this lap is that I induced too much understeer into the car, which compromised me a little bit on the exit.
Yeah, I mean, you could see your hands there is completely over 180 degrees. But you still get a good exit. And Taylor, if I just look on the run down here, you could see, you know, again, you're slightly behind. If I look at the curb as a reference, you're about one curb behind. So actually, it's still advantage to Ollie at this point. How was turn 5, 6 for you?
For me, turn 5 was very good. I think that's the best I've done it all weekend. So I came out of there knowing I had a little bit of buffer compared to what I did before. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I still had to piece the rest of the lap together, right? So
yeah, I'm going to use our cameraman on the right for a reference. We're going to say Ollie's still slightly in front, coming into the bus stop.
Pretty close.
It's pretty close, isn't it, between you guys? But this is where, Taylor, you had a good run through the bus stop. The first part, pretty similar through here, but I'm going to ask everyone at home to just keep an eye on Ollie, because it gets pretty exciting on the right-hand side. Just there on the curb, Oliver, what happened?
Yeah, I lost the rear on the first bit, and then again in the second bit. Just asking a little bit too much, and then cost me the run all the way down the straight.
And then you've got that horrible feeling, which I know from the cockpit, where you just look at your delta time, the lap down the dashboard, and you know the whole straight is just getting worse and worse, isn't it?
Tried to make it up in the last 3 corners, and it goes worse as well. So.
Well, let's look at it here, because as you come into 13, here, Taylor, you at this point, have they told you that you're up or anything, or are you just getting on with it?
Nah, I was just trying to concentrate on finishing the lap.
Now this, for me, Taylor, was super impressive, because I'll slow down even more. You get on this first curb, and the car lands, and you're already turning right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is... that's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a little bit loose over the curb, but to be honest, the way that I landed, it was perfect to prepare me for the next corner. Slightly luck, I would say, because it doesn't land like that every lap.
I was going to say, one's turning left and the other's turning right.
Yeah.
But exactly the same point. But it worked out really well for you, because as the trajectory then opens up for the right-hand side, and I guess the exit was brilliant.
You caught the curb
well
quite
up
bad.
the curb completely.
No. So at this point, Ollie, you're just trying everything to catch up.
Yeah, you could see me. I'm frustrated, but yeah, I don't regret anything. I think he had the slightly better pace today, and I had to try, and I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Credit to him.
Well, listen, I mean, you're obviously a very good teacher. I think all the kids out there should be sending them to you to be, if this guy's the benchmark, then you're obviously a very good teacher.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it when he was 11, 12, that he had the talent, and it's nice to see him showing it here.
Well, 3 laps, good enough for Paul. 3 laps quicker than anyone else managed. Outstanding qualifying. Good luck for the race.
Slow down a bit later.
Thanks.